saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Usean peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Useans, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone.
As of 1 p.m. today,
The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship too. headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Squadron, sortie, ASAP.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But, any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! We don't have any anti-air weaponry in place yet.
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
H2, missile launch.
The anti-air radar vehicle's been destroyed! We're going for the radar car!
It has been destroyed. They've got their anti-air guns aimed right at us.
It's an air raid! We're being attacked by enemy aircraft! We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility.
APC destroyed. Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Attack the radar vehicle! The radar vehicles are under fire! Can we move them?
Break! Missile incoming! Target destroyed. H2, box 2.
Shit. Where are the damn interceptors?
Hit on target confirmed.
Bandit is down.
Lockdown hostile.
Vehicle down.
Box 2!
Nice shot, H2.
Here's your permission to move the vehicle!
Enemy's
We
barely
can't wait any longer! We need interceptors now!
Careful, the enemy has a lock. Fox 2, Fox 2. Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. Okay,
2 targets remaining.
bastards.
That radar was just about to go online! We pushed the plan forward too fast. It's too far from Allied territory.
Box 2!
H2 locked.
Box 2. Friendly has been shut down!
Bandit is in my sights.
Do we really have interceptors? They're still pounding us! Enemy missile detected. Evading.
Missile away.
Roger 6.
Fox 2!
Bandit has a lock.
Missile hit.
Missile.
Missile fired. Evading.
Connected.
That radar was just about to go online. Breaking out of the
Cons don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Missile. Missile.
enemy is flat. Enemy missile cruising. Breaking. Everything's been burned down.
I'm in his blind spot. He's mine. They have a lock on you. Shake him.
Bandit sighted.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Got a hostile behind you. Fox 2.
The enemy's airstrikes are flawless. Watch out for it. Regain over clear ground. Call 3, you have to bail out now.
Missed.
Roller 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
Missile. Breaking. Are you telling me we can't even avenge a phone?
Caution. Pull up.
Enemy on your rear.
My wings are iced up.
Bandit there.
Great. So you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
Missile. Evade.
Page 2. Missile away.
They're hit, but still fighting.
The enemy's traveling a long way, so they're trying to end this quickly.
I'm in his blind spot. He's mine. They took a bite out of me. Breaking.
Page 2. Locked.
Move the enemy aircraft away from the base.
Has been destroyed. I've got him in my sights.
Break! Break! The enemy has a lock on me.
Dodged it.
Page 2. Box 2.
Break! Break!
I got him. He's mine.
The enemy has a lock on me. The base is wrecked.
Column 1, box 2.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Attack this!
On target 6.
They took a bite out of me. Breaking. I've got the numbers and the strikes. Evading.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Attack this!
That's a miss.
Page 2, enemy has a radar lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Attack missed.
Page 2. Walking.
We can't capture. We expanded the subways too quickly.
That That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can. 4 targets remaining.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicles. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those war merchants. Write your manuals in a language we can understand.
Missile connected. Missile launched. 3 targets remaining.
Nowhere to hide. Launch preparations complete. Bolts are free. Whenever you're ready. Stand clear, 15 meters. UAVs ready to launch. Away. Wait!
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look and move, they gotta be drones. Well spotted, Clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter.
Behind target
He
and
said
ready
the
to
war can
attack.
change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
Fox 3.
Feels like I'm riding a roller coaster up here.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bandit evaded the attack. I'm in his blind spot. He's mine.
Missile. Missile.
Watch out. The enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Lockdown bandit. Golem 2, the enemy's reading you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Locked.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The ice will melt.
Missile. Missile.
Golem 4, Fox 2. He escaped into the clouds.
Missile. Missile.
Caution, hostile on the radar lock.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Mage 2, missile.
Missile.
Golem squadron, surround him.
Missile. 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 Missile.
I've got him in my sights.
Missile. Missile.
Lockdown bandit. Mage 2, bandit on your tail. Don't try to read their movements.
Mage 2, Rocks 2.
Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah.
Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to go.
Mage 2, walking.
Shit. I got an enemy in front of me and behind me.
Missile did not connect.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good. Just 2 more.
Mage 2, watch the enemy on your 6.
On target 6.
Lockdown bandit. Missed. Clouds are screwing up the accuracy.
1 to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
I'm on this one's tail.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.